decisive. You know?
Like give him any money, they'll just
Apparently he
blow
said
us.
he's taking his name out of any.
Call meeting to order. Oh, please rise. Can I ask you to join me in a moment of reflection on the business that's before us this evening? And please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk, please take the roll.
Alderman Basso.
Here.
Alderman Violet.
Here.
Alderman Clifford.
Here.
Alderman Key.
Here.
Alderman Kromarski.
Here.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Here.
Alderman McGovern.
Here.
Alderman McGrogan.
Here.
Mayor, City Clerk, Treasurer, and Attorney Allen.
All right, no special presentations tonight. Under the consent calendar, we've got two items, the approval of minutes of the city council meeting from September 1st, 2020, along with the approval of the payroll and voucher list for the period ending September 11th, 2020. I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent
So
calendar.
moved.
Moved by Alderman Kromarski,
Second.
second by Alderman Violet. Any discussion? Roll call?
Alderman McGrogan.
Yes.
Alderman Clifford.
Aye.
Alderman Basso.
Aye.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
Alderman Key.
Yes.
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Alderman Kromarski.
Yes.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
All right, fine, thanks. No sealed bids to be open tonight. A couple things under my report. First of all, just some general remarks. As I mentioned at the last meeting, the van program has started. It started last Thursday. Or, you know, a number of you may or may not know that we started a van program probably I'll say 5 years, probably 7 years ago, with being able to allow residents to get trips to whether it be the grocery store or a doctor's appointment, the train station, various places throughout the city. Cost them $2. There's the number you call to the rec department who will schedule a van for you. So that we had to make some COVID improvements and screening in the van itself. That's all been accomplished, and the van is now running. So for those of you who cannot get out and drive, you know, many of our seniors cannot do that or don't have the ability to drive. Please take advantage of it. It's there for you, and it runs throughout the days, you know, Monday through Friday. I'm going to be asking within the next couple weeks that the council as a whole, through the committees, and then I'll bring back for approval, that we adopt or actually amend the facade and sign program. We've had the sign and facade program in place for a number of years, which allows businesses to increase to actually fix up the front of their buildings, the facade, or else buy a new sign, you know, to enhance the the appearance of the business. In many cases, it's the owner. In some cases, it's the business who does not own it, which is in many cases what we have in our town. What I'm going to ask that we actually include in this now would be parking lot maintenance, structural maintenance, not just seal coating, but to give the ability to improve some of the structural problems in the parking area in Harlem Avenue from 124th through 122nd Street. And then also enhancements to the landscaping to also complement the landscaping that the city has put into the downtown area. Now every area in downtown business district that we do not own, you know, we have basically improved, whether it be for landscaping, the park, the art garden, and things such as that. But since we can't actually improve any of the buildings we don't own, this gives the property owners or the business owners an ability to enhance their property somewhat, you know, through a grant program. It's a 50% grant program up to a maximum. But so once we get that approved, we'll have Ken Bussey will be out, you know, hustling that idea. You'll see a little later when we go through the financial reports, the city as a whole, just to give you an overview, has come through this COVID situation fairly well. I mean, the major portion or the major impact on us has been basically through recreation. You know, we've not been able to run a lot of the recreation programs in the pool, and so we've had a hit to that area. But the sales tax, for one, has not really suffered at all to speak of. You have to understand that 60% of our sales tax comes from 10 businesses. You know, so you know, almost $700,000 comes from, you know, whether it be the Jewel, the pharmacy, the gas stations, and about 3 restaurants. And so those 10 businesses make up 70% of our sales tax, and they have continued to flourish throughout this COVID season, making some additions. So again, I think that's quite a great statement to the, you know, prosperity of the city of Palos Heights, and also I have to compliment the staff. We've made some cuts in different areas to save that and to make some adjustments in our budgets to keep us in line. And that's been done by our staff. So thank you to them. And you'll see a little later in we're going to have a motion to approve a grant that we will be getting from the Cook County through the CARE program, which will help us supplement any shortfall we will have, or actually maybe get us into the black a little bit better. A couple things I'd like to also go cover. I'd like to, looking for a motion to approve the appointment of Dan Liston as a trustee for the Police Pension Board. Matt Hunt has served as a trustee for the pension board for a number of years. Matt has taken on a role as a trustee of the Illinois State Pension Board for education, and they basically said he's got to get off the Police Pension Board in that capacity. So if someone will make a motion that, make movement by Alderman McGovern, seconded by Alderman Komarski. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Dan is a great addition on the suggestion of Jim Demicky. He's a CPA. He's actually a corporate controller right now, and the nature of that position as a trustee for the Police Pension Board has changed. I personally served on the Worth Pension Board along with the City of Palos Heights Pension Board over a number of years, and where we did a lot more investing. Now it's the whole thrust of the pension will be more on eligibility of pensions and disabilities and things like that, as opposed to the investment side of it. So that will change. I'd like to honor two individuals tonight. We've got two young ladies who are graduates of Shepherd and are residents who are going to be serving in the armed forces. So with that, I'd like to make two proclamations. Whereas the millions of American men and women have answered the call to duty defending the hard-won freedoms we enjoy today, Hannah Van Wistenberg, a 20-year resident of the City of Palos Heights and a graduate of Allen B. Shepherd High School, hereby bravely answered that call by enlisting in the United States Army at the age of 17. Hannah Van Wistenberg is scheduled to deploy to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, and Hannah Van Wistenberg is a role model for young adults in our community. And whereas we as a residents and officials of the City of Palos Heights are proud to recognize and honor the unselfish service and dedication to preserving the freedoms of our country. And to parallel with that, quite frankly, her sister did the same thing. And the proclamation reads, whereas millions of men and women have answered the call in defending their hard-won freedoms we enjoy today, Chloe Van Wistenberg, a 20-year resident of the City of Palos Heights and a graduate of Allen B. Shepherd, bravely answered that call by enlisting in the United States Army at the age of 17. And whereas Chloe Van Wistenberg is scheduled to deploy to Kuwait for a 9-month tour, and whereas Chloe Van Wistenberg is a role model for young adults in our community, and we as residents and city and officials of the City of Palos Heights are proud to recognize the unselfish service and dedication to providing and servicing the freedoms of our country. So again, my hat's off to her. She's both of them. They've taken a step to go into the military. It's a great honor, and a great honor for us to have as officials here in the City of Palos Heights. What I'm looking for now is a motion to approve an intergovernmental agreement between the City of Palos Heights and the County of Cook regarding the COVID-19 grant, subject to the final review of the city attorney. This is, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, this is part of the CARE program, which is federal funds which are being administered by the Cook County in our situation. And based on our population and the like, we are to receive $288,985.47 to reimburse us for a cost that we've incurred over the last year regarding our activities in COVID prevention and any additional costs we have incurred. As of last week, there was an announcement by the Cook County President that we will be able to include our salaries, personnel costs, which will easily get us over that amount to qualify. So with that, if someone would make that motion.
So moved.
Moved by Alderman Komarski, second by Alderman McGovern. Roll call.
Alderman Basso.
Aye.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
Alderman Key.
Yes.
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Alderman Clifford.
Aye.
Alderman McGrody.
Aye.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
Alderman Kromarski.
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, City Clerk, anything?
No report this evening.
All right, City Treasurer.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It's the Treasurer's Report for the period ending August 31st, 2020. The general fund started the month with $4,094,021. Revenues of $1,473,681. Expenses totaling $822,998. Other source use, $146,679. Giving ending cash in the general fund of $4,598,025. The total of all funds started August with $19,518,830. Revenues totaled $2,694,952. Expenses totaled $2,012,468. Other source use, $132,587, giving an ending cash balance in all funds of $20,068,726. That completes my report, Mr. Mayor.
For a motion to approve the treasurer's report?
So moved.
Moved by Alderman Violet. Second by Alderman McGovern. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. City Attorney?
No report.
Any communication anyone have tonight? All right, since this meeting is conducted electronically, any public comment that was sent to you?
As of 7 o'clock this evening, I didn't have anything.
All right. Standing committees, Alderman McGrogan.
Mr. Mayor, no specific report from the Finance Committee. However, is the city treasurer just went through, and also in your remarks, the city's in pretty good shape financially. And as you pointed out, we generate approximately $1 million in sales tax revenue each year. And as the mayor pointed out, most of it comes from, about 10 to a dozen stores that are the main producers of the sales tax revenue. The reason I'm bringing this up is that every resident in the state of Illinois is going to be faced with a voting decision on whether or not to approve or disapprove an increase in the income tax that people have. And some of the reports and things that I've read, there's a direct correlation to people spending money within the city. I know that when Alderman Key talks about business and economic development, as well as trying to attract new businesses, we just went through a laborious situation with the 7-Eleven situation over on the corner. And, we're trying to get new businesses. People are, if their taxes go up, and in some cases they can double to the main heavy wage earners, but the bill, which people can make their own choice on whether to vote for it or against it, has some far-reaching effects. It can affect everyone, not just the 3% that they're talking about. In fact, there's an article on the web. I want to read this because I think it's not getting the proper attention because of the COVID situation has dominated the news. It says, the fair tax amendment pushed by Governor Pritzker would remove protection and give state lawmakers the power to impose tax rates by simple majority vote on different groups of people at different times. It would allow them to add surcharges, essentially double or triple taxing the same dollar earned for special spending, such as pensions. It would also open the door for lawmakers to start taxing retirees. This city has a substantial number of people in that category. I'd hate to see some of those people lose their spending opportunities at the stores that we're trying to keep open. And right now, the last I heard, we have around 40 vacancies in the town. And if you go by Indian Ridge, which I did this morning just to double check, it's starting to get worse, not better. Another thing that they go on to say in this article is about how, since we're recovering from COVID and everyone is suffering, businesses are suffering, people in all likelihood who may be in jobs where they get a bonus are probably not going to get a bonus because most companies and businesses are not making the same kind of money during this period of time. Why do I know that? Because I'm a banker and we see a lot of customers and we see a lot of reports every single day. So this referendum might have a place in time when it might be the right thing to do, but really is now the right time. And I think I implore anybody that's watching this to like really analyze their situation, take a look at their tax return, see what kind of income tax they pay to the state of Illinois and to the federal. And a case in point, California, which has the highest tax rate in the country, currently pays over 13% in taxes. They passed a similar referendum like this, which just takes a vote by their legislature. It's up for an increase to over 16% starting at the beginning of next year. And I also have like a brochure that they sent out to people in the financial world about this, and they're available if you look on the web and stuff. And just a couple of highlights on page 1 was during the last session, the state of Illinois imposed 21 different tax increases and fee hikes. At the same time, they rewarded themselves a lucrative pay raise. We have the highest utility tax in the nation. We have some of the highest real estate taxes in the nation. We have the highest cable bill in the nation. It goes on and on and on. How can this continue? And if you like look at the bill, there's nothing in the bill that says it's going to reduce the debt. It's where can they spend the money? And I just think that since we're the city administration for Payless Heights, this could have a downturn and a ripple effect right into this room. And I think that we should all pay close attention to it. And I hope some other people agree with me. And I'm not saying to vote one way or the other, but I'd hate to see us have more businesses close because we need those sales tax dollars. That's the end of my
All
report.
right, thanks, Mike.
Well said.
Public safety, Alderman McGovern?
No report.
Oops. Alderman Basso, municipal grounds and property?
No report.
Planning and zoning, Alderman Clifford?
Nothing at this time, Mr. Mayor.
Alderman Key, recreation?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to make a motion to approve the a payment to Integral Construction in the amount of $75,364.47 for work completed on the Palmer Park project.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Key, seconded by Alderman Violet. Discussion? Roll call?
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Alderman Kromarski.
Yes.
Alderman Clifford.
Yes.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
Alderman Grogan.
Yes.
Alderman Basso.
Aye.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
Alderman Key.
Yes. And then I'd like to make a motion to approve payment to Charles Vincent Georges in the amount of $5,280.94 for professional services completed towards the Orchard Park project.
Moved by
Second.
Alderman Key and seconded by Alderman Violet. Discussion? Roll call?
Alderman McGrogan.
Yes.
Alderman Kromarski.
Yes.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
Alderman Basso.
Aye.
Alderman Key.
Yes.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Alderman Clifford.
Aye.
And then this Friday, we're having a movie in the park. It's going to be Toy Story 4. It's at Myers Park at 7 o'clock. Normally the movies in the park and concerts are on Thursday nights and stuff, but it's on this Friday, the 18th. And then we're looking forward to a little weekend event on October 2nd and 3rd. It's going to be a harvest festival, and it's going to start on Friday night, October 2nd. It's going to be a movie in the park. The movie is Onward, and it's going to be at 6:30. And then on the 3rd, in Memorial Park, by the gazebo, we're going to have an event from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. There's actually going to be 2 concerts, a kids concert right at noon, and then at 1:30 there's going to be an adult concert. What About Bob is the name of the group. And there's going to be vendors there doing crafting and stuff. And the rec department is actually looking for crafters. So if you're a local crafter and would like to participate in this, just call the recreation department and ask for Lauren, and we'll get you hooked up for that event. And that concludes my report,
Right.
Mr. Mayor.
Thanks, Alderman. Roads and Construction, Alderman Komarski.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. No report.
License permits and franchises, Alderman Lewandowski.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. No report.
Water and Sewer, Alderman Violet.
No report,
All
Mr.
right.
Mayor.
Under special reports, Alderman Key.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just one quick to remind people that farmers market is up and at it, and we have about another month of the farmers market being every Wednesday. And so come out and visit if you haven't been there yet. They've added a few vendors since the beginning of the start of the farmers market. It's running very smoothly. The produce is fresh and right in our neighborhood. So come out and visit. And that concludes my report.
And it's harvest time, right?
Yes.
All right, very good. Cable TV, Alderman McGovern.
Mr. Mayor, the only thing I have is, Channel 4 is still looking for volunteers, okay? And if anybody would be interested in volunteering to help the production in Channel 4, please get in touch with Ron Jankowski. And, he'll get back in touch with you and see what you can do to help.
Very good,
Thank you.
thank you. Any old business? Any new business?
Mr. Mayor,
Alderman Komarski?
I would just like to thank Alderman Clifford. He's taken time from his busy schedule, and he's offered to work with the developer and any landscaper that the developer has to make sure that the corner at Route 83 in Harlem will be aesthetically pleasing. So I know Alderman Clifford's a busy man, and I just want to take this moment to thank him for going out of his way to do that.
Right,
Thank you, Alderman.
Nice job.
On what you were saying about the facade or facade program, you might want to consider in reviewing the codes to try to promote or find a way to promote, since this outdoor dining is becoming more popular and probably will be a thing of the future, is to find ways that we could get that more involved as part of the business, or allocate some kind of space for them to do that.
Okay, sounds good.
And then that way everybody, because there are some that can't do it,
Yeah,
and they're confined to being inside, say, and one example would be the Harvest Run. If they had something, I don't know how they would do it there, but maybe we can figure out, or with all the businesses, to try to promote that a little bit more, so they could do that in the seasons that it's permissible.
okay, very good. All we can do to help them, that's sure. Anything other business? Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Be safe.